ANC Secretary-General Ace Magashule will be attending the wreath-laying ceremony at the grave of the late struggle stalwart Charlotte Maxeke in Nancefield Cemetery. The embattled ANC Secretary-General is one of those affected by the step-aside rule. According to this rule, which was confirmed by the last ANC NEC meeting, all party members facing serious charges should step aside within 30 days. Well, Govan Whittle's covering that part of it for us, and let's chat to him now. Govan, well, I hope this issue with Ace Magashule is not going to overshadow the actual reason everyone is there today.
Yeah, it has overshadowed it in somewhat, but there are a number of issues to address with regards to the legacy of Charlotte Maxeke, particularly in Kliptown, where she stayed in Soweto. But the Secretary-General of the ANC, Ace Magashule, has just finished making a few remarks here at her graveside in Nancefield, Soweto, and he's defended the ANC's policy of radical economic transformation, saying it's been adopted at Nasrec and it can't be changed. Now, it's gone a step further, saying that the ANC Women's League and the women of South Africa should fight for change in South Africa. Should note that he received some support from some of the regional leaders of the ANC Women's League here, who clearly are backing the Secretary-General. But let's focus on the legacy of Charlotte Maxeke now, and I'm joined by the MEC of Arts and Culture, Sports and Recreation in Gauteng, Mbali Ndlopi. MEC, thank you so much for speaking to us. So in 2015, the Gauteng government promised to turn the Charlotte Maxeke home in Kliptown into a museum and interpretation center. It's in a really bad state, and that hasn't been done. Why is that?
It absolutely is, and it's not something that any of us could pride ourselves in, but you'll know that the delays have been due to the community uprisks that have taken place, where the community, together with the family of Mam Charlotte, have felt that it would not be just for us just to renovate the house in isolation from the community with which it resides in. And this is a call that as government we took really seriously, and we had said to them that in appreciating what their stance is, but also appreciating the memory and what Mam Charlotte stood for, it only makes sense that we should wait a bit with regards to the house, but make sure that we work together with the Department of Housing, both at a local level and a provincial level, to ensure that all of this development is taken place holistically and not just the house alone.
When is that going to start?
You'll know that there's been great progress that has been rendered throughout the years. The acting mayor today was able to indicate to the community that a budget has been allocated towards the housing development that will be taking place shortly. So that has already been done from a budgetary point of view. And as soon as they are able to begin, then we can ensue with our process, because you all know that the money was long allocated with regards to the museum that we do want to build. And once they start that process with the housing project, we want to make sure that we work hand in hand and so that there's this broader holistic development both at the house and the community.
Just talk to me about this event that we're seeing here. We know that the ANC is commemorating the life of Charlotte Maxeke, one of their stalwarts, but this event that we're at is a government event. Just explain to us how you're not crossing the party and state lines here and how you're taking care to avoid that.
Absolutely, and you know that this is something that is a very sensitive line, and we must at all times be cautious to ensure that we don't blur the lines. Today is the 150th anniversary of Mam Charlotte Maxeke, and naturally the ANC Women's League will be celebrating it because she was one of the founding members. However, in the same breath, the government appreciates her as one of the stalwarts of individuals who've been able to bring us to where we are today and to enjoy the freedoms that we have. So whilst there will be a number of activities that will take place from government and also along the party line, we have been able to ensure that on the government one, we invite the different bodies that she represented. That's why we've got representation from the AME Church, who's spoken quite fondly about how she was a church member first and foremost, beyond being just a political activist. We've got representation from them. They've been able to give us an input. We've also been able to get inputs from the political organizations, that being the Women's League and together with the ANC, as the three bodies that represent her life and where her activism had lied. And beyond that is that we are having this government event, and we have been meeting with the community to indicate what are some of the programs we'll be having throughout the year. You all know that President Ramaphosa has declared this year the year of May Charlotte Maxeke. So there will be a rolling number of activities that will be taking place. And with regards to our department, those will be across sports, will be across culture, will be heritage, and of course will be along arts.
All right. Thank you so much. That's MEC Mbali Klope. She is the MEC of Sports, Arts and Culture and Recreation in Gauteng, and you heard her explanation there. So from here we'll go to the church for the official ANC program, and that's where we're expecting a more dynamic and robust engagement with the Secretary-General, particularly around these 30 days when he's supposed to consult the elders. On the program, it also says he's meant to have lunch with ANC veterans and conduct a door-to-door campaign in Kliptown ahead of a by-election. So there's plenty more that will come.
Right,
Back to you.
thanks very much for that. Still on the way.